GM fam, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we talk about Solana NFTs, the love, the drama, and the vibes. We're going to talk about Solana price action, the airdrop meta, the NFT sentiment, Lunar Project, Saga Pass, and much more. Note that this isn't financial advice, just me talking about cartoon JPEGs that I enjoy as entertainment. Okay, so right now I have my glasses because I'm about to get my LASIK eye surgery, which I'm excited about because I have been wearing glasses, contacts for a long time. So I'm about to get this in 5 days, this surgery. So I gotta wear glasses for about around that time frame. So let's get it started. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Lunar Project. Lunar Project right now are basically kind of bullish on themselves. Let's just put it that way. They're saying congratulations to all ABC founders. New all-time high in USD value by the same ecosystem collection ABC. It's our turn now. We are Lunar. Moon is our home. That's confidence right there, I would say. And the other part right here is this guy says, prove it. And they say, we will. So I'm just like, man, these guys ain't playing around, man. Lunar Project, they're definitely trying to bring it down in a Solana ecosystem. And the thing is, these guys aren't really joking around. These guys are serious. And I've been saying this for a while, just like when I was talking about ABC when it was like 1.5 Solana before their whole huge boom where they're above 200 Solana now. Lunar Project, and I'm not saying Lunar Project is going to get there, but what I'm saying is Lunar Project is part of this ecosystem. If you don't know, the OpenDAO is part of HGSO's ecosystem. The OpenDAO was started in Ethereum. This DAO basically grew up with Sauce token. They exploded, and HGSO came to Solana eventually and basically created his own hate swap, which is basically a part of ABC. Now, the OpenDAO created a project called Lunar Project on Solana. So they both basically migrated to Solana. You got HGSO coming in with ABC, and then you have OpenDAO, which is part of HGSO's ecosystem, going in with Lunar Project. So they're in a way connected. And this is for me, the most interesting part is that, how these two have their own collections, but at some point, I believe they're going to work together in whatever it is. So the artist being my Zigor, who's a great artist, and these guys basically the whole concept is that there's 12 zodiac signs. You have the monkey, who doesn't look like a monkey, looks like a goth or whatever you call it. And you have this thing right here. I'm horrible with Chinese zodiac signs. I think this is a dragon. Looks like a rooster, a chicken. And this, the bunny, the regular 12, right? And they each have their token and their own token. If you stake it, you get, ox, you get, whatever other animal there is. And then eventually you have Lunar token. And Lunar token is basically the main token that you can swap for. So from what it looks like, they're all going to be like a sub-DAO token. You have the main token. They're all probably going to, be evaluated on how important they are to this whole ecosystem. And it is it's a really interesting concept. And overall, they're partnered with HateSwap, Blocksmith Labs, Fract, 721, and ABC 123X NFT as well. This one right here, this one is interesting because this is basically like a layer over Solana. They call it interoperable layer. Layer 2 for NFTs. So I'm thinking like somehow all this stuff right here is interconnected somehow, some way. So overall, Lunar Project, we're going to talk a little bit more about that on the secondary market when after all this talk right here. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is the airdrop meta. The airdrop meta, like I said last week, be careful. Be careful with this airdrop meta. If you don't know what I do, I basically look at my watch list, which is basically only like 30 or less NFTs on the Solana ecosystem. I don't do all this, go into this random NFT, try to pump it up, and then everybody tries to get, like, I don't get into the Degen world. Like, the actual Degen world of NFTs, like hoping, you will make it. I actually look only into these, 30 specific NFTs that I've studied for a while, to where I'm kind of confident to where I can, put my money in. Again, this is all play money, but in my opinion, that's how I do my thing. So with this airdrop meta, the reason why I'm saying be careful is because they're all just meme coins. So right now they don't have value. You have Coinbase coming in. I don't know what this is. It's to rule all meme coins. There's no utility around this. And the reason why they're coming out is because of Bonk token. Bonk token basically started this whole meta. It came for a reason, decentralized, to help Solana because of the whole FTX fiasco. All these other people realized that they can make money off it, so they all started coming in. You have Coinbase, you got Bear, which was a Lush token. I have no clue what they're doing either. And you have Frank, which is, this one's kind of debatable. I mean, this one, I'm curious on what Frank is doing. I did receive a lot of Frank. I got like 30 soul of Frank, which is surprising, but it seems like they're kind of connected to the gods world. But again, I don't know much about that. And the white paper might come out. I'm not a token guy. I'm not a coin guy. I'm not a crypto guy. I'm an NFT project based person who likes looking at these types of utility art and all that. So now, with that, I think that's everything as far as, there's a bear one as well. I mean, just some crazy stuff, man. Most of them are gonna go to zero. They're all gonna go to zero. They're gonna have no utility. Right now, there's hype. It's going up and down. People are trying to make as quick money as possible, but eventually, almost all are gonna go zero. I probably 98% are gonna go to zero in this airdrop meta phase. So maybe Bonk is gonna stay here from what it looks like, because they're developing some things on top of Bonk. Supposedly a coin did come out for Bonk. I mean, a token did come out for Bonk. You have Bonk NFTs coming out, all this crazy stuff, which is really cool to see with that. But other than that, most of these are not gonna make it. So I would just advise, be careful with it. There are people making money, but there are a lot of people losing money. So overall, now on to this cool stuff that I've seen here. Do you have this Omni Project, creative studio, artist management agency, connected creatives with Web3 brands, and it's coming from the Fracture team. And if you don't know who the Fracture team is, I used to be a part of this NFT project. I bought one Soul God a long time ago. They're great developers. They're building this type of lore game type of project, and they're creating now this side project called Artist Management Agency. So this one is interesting because they're basically doing this in Bonk. The Bonk PFP collection will be released next week. Only in Bonk. All Bonk raised will be burned. Omni X Bonk, the 10th of January. We have snapshots, and overall, you could tell that Bonk is kind of here to stay because so many big NFT projects are supporting it. They're building on top of it. They're helping it become like the meme coin for Solana, just like Ethereum has Dogecoin. But this one I feel like is a little bit more interesting and a little bit more different because Solana has a huge community behind it on the NFT world. So they are completely supporting Bonk in a lot of ways that Dogecoin was not supported by Ethereum. I mean, you don't hear Doge NFTs coming in left and right. This is happening on Solana with Bonk and Solana NFT community. So I find that all quite interesting. Now, for me, am I getting into Bonk buying? I'm not. I'm still in Solana. I'm just observing on how Bonk is doing with all these NFTs, and then eventually maybe I might look into getting into Bonk, but still a little bit too risky for me to get in. But anyways, we have Subber, who minted out for maybe like a couple of weeks ago, and they have announced an interesting project. Basically, what they can do now is we have a one-click entry on Discord. So basically, I can go and click on Discord and enter a giveaway with one click. That's it. which is really cool because before you had to click enter giveaway, you had to go through this next page, and then within this next page, you actually have to do this, do that, do this, do that, add address, and then click, to enter the giveaway. Now they're basically saying that you can just basically just click ahead with one click, and then you should be done. So projects are trying to find solutions to issues in every way possible, and you can see it right here where you can just click. So, it may not seem like a big deal, but it's one step to basically making things more easier for people when they come into Solana. They can see how it's UI friendly. So with that, I'll show on the secondary market on where it went to, but it did raise because of that one solution. So we'll also talk about that soon. Now, the royalties is basically finally being established. You have Claynosaurz here saying royalties are a crucial component of the NFT movement. And while we do have, a production pipeline in place, it is a viable source of revenue as we build out Claynotopia. So they're basically saying that 20% are paying royalties. For me, I did pay royalties to Claynosaurz because I do have to pay royalty because to me, it's like capital appreciation for my NFT. If I'm buying my Clayno, I'm expecting a capital return from it. And in order to get that, I have to pay the royalty so these guys can build and then give me that capital appreciation of my NFT. And if I don't, I'm kind of just shooting myself in the foot because I bought the NFT hoping they can build something when in reality, they have no money. So what can they build? I'm just, my NFT is losing value. So overall, it's a good thing that they're looking into it. We're deciding to lock our royalties. They are facilitating. So things are moving ahead with Clayno, Metaplex. Great stuff. Bullish on that. I'm loving it. Obviously, there are issues with Metaplex and how they're making this. Then there's other projects as well doing their own way. So we're gonna see how this all plays out. But overall, great stuff for creators. That's basically the whole subject. Now, we also have to talk about the secondary market, which is my favorite. Let's get onto it right now. All right, so right here we have, and let me put the share screen. Bam. All right, so we have the watch list. The watch list. All right. If you're new here, the watch list is my watch list that I've created over a couple of years, curated to what I like and what I like to buy into. Nothing less, nothing more. I don't go out and go buy some Degen NFT and then try to ape in and hope for, a 10x or whatever. It's just these NFTs. It's boring, but I love it because it's boring. There's nothing else to it. It's my Warren Buffett style of NFTs. So I have the greens here. I have the reds. The greens I typically avoid. The reds I tend to try to buy in if it looks undervalued in my opinion. Now, last week when we were talking on Friday, there was too much green, and I was basically saying I can't do anything because it was just too much. It was too much FOMO going on. There's too much Twitter sentiment, and it was just too much to where I was kind of worried to if I were to buy any NFTs that eventually the Twitter sentiment will die down, the hype will die down, and NFTs will fall. Well, sure enough, it started. The NFTs, a lot of them are finally coming into red, which is what I'm liking. I'm liking seeing this. I like red. I like blood in the streets. It's slowly happening. It's not getting there, but it's slowly getting there. So now I'm seeing Liberty Square in the red. Now I'm seeing Degen Fat Cats in the red. I'm seeing I'm seeing the gods in the red. You have the Smiths sort of in the red. The Lily is finally joining in the red. So it's getting good. It's finally getting, the Degens are in the red. This is what I like. I'm finally, getting curious on what I can buy, like where I can go shop basically. So if you remember last time, there was only like Toys R Us, and I actually bought a Toys R Us. But besides that, we still have some greens. And what's going on here? Let's just talk about what's going on. What's the reason why this is getting into the red? If you don't know, Solana has finally woken up. It was like around 15 on the coin market cap, as far as like the market cap out of all these other crypto coins, and it rose up all the way from 15 to 11th place at a 6 million market cap. It has gone up to $16, almost 17, from where it was at $8, $11, and it started going up to $13, and then it's all of a sudden just went up all the way to $16. So what happens when usually this occurs, when the price in Solana goes up? Usually, not all the time, usually NFTs go down. NFT prices go down. People start selling off because they're trying to, get more Solana. It's like an adverse effect, I guess. Now, the thing here is like it's happening, but it's not really happening because it's not that much of an increase of price. It's a big increase as far as like what we just went through with FTX, but it's almost like a half hit. It hasn't really hit, and will it hit more? I don't know. I don't think so. I guess because the price is not going up. It looks like it's stable here. If it does go to $25, I could see probably a lot more of these NFTs coming down to the red. So that's why I was stacking up Solana last week. That's why I was selling a lot of NFTs. And if you were in my Discord, you would see the NFTs I was selling. I was selling Saga. I was selling Metaplex white paper. I sold all my Kikis. I sold two experiments. It was just a list of just things I was just selling off, and I accumulated a lot of Solana. I sold the Sorcies, a lot of Solana, to where basically I now have it stashed to where if these NFTs do collapse, I don't like that word, but if they do fall to a price, I finally have enough Solana to where I can finally go in and start buying these at a cheaper rate against the Solana. So with that said, I transferred a lot of into USDC at about 20% in case Solana does come back down to, let's say, $14 or $13, and then I'm gonna start buying a little bit more Solana. If it goes up to $25 to $30, my USDC percentage over Solana will be less than 20%. It'll probably be like 15%. So I will have to convert more into USDC because I just want to keep that 20% right now at all times when Solana price drops. So that's like my my own internal strategy, just my own opinion of how I play this out. So right now I'm liking it. I bought a Lunar today. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it. But here it is. I sent it to staking. This is my baby. I bought another Lunar during this dip. It went down to, where is my Lunar at? It went down to, hopefully I can this is what the hell just happened here? Okay, so we have Lunar token here, not Lunar NFT, and it was up at 15 Solana, and it went down to 10 Sol, and I just decided to just buy one. And the reason is because, again, this is and here's the thing, is like I rarely buy in the green, but I just felt like I had to buy because it was at 15, and then it started dropping down at 10. I had Solana, so I just bought this one because I feel like this one could potentially grow more in value because of what they're about to do in Lunar New Year, which I don't know. Besides the bonk drop, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I do think something's gonna happen in Lunar. It has to happen, right? Because Lunar New Year is basically what Lunar Project is all about. So something's gotta happen. I don't know what. And if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be really disappointed. But either way, even if something does happen, I'm not gonna sell my Lunar NFT. Not now I have 5. I'm not gonna sell any of them because for me, I see the bigger potential with the Open DAO and what they're gonna do with HG Soul and ABC. That's what I'm looking at now. Before it was about selling at Lunar New Year. Now I'm completely changing my ball game on this, because you basically have these guys basically saying that, they're definitely going for, a top, who knows, like a top 10 market cap in Solana, but they're completely getting more bullish by the day, throwing these things down, and ABC X Lunar possibly. So I believe in this project. I'm starting to really like them. I'm starting to like that they're bullish on themselves. So I'm buying more, and I eventually want to get up to like 10 or 15 of them. That's how much I want to get into this at this price. If it goes to like 15 Solana, I probably won't. What's going on, Diggs BT? What's going on, my G? Nothing much. Now, with that said, we're gonna go on and look at all these other reds. So I'm basically right now looking at a couple of these, and I have Degens right here. I'm hoping this thing drops down to like 25, 20. If it does, I'm probably gonna go in, buy one of them. If you don't know what Degens are, it's the creator is Ergon, and I enjoyed watching Ergon grow. Like this guy was a huge influencer in Solana. If you don't know about this guy, huge influencer in Solana back in the day in 2021. He started this project. Oh my gosh. I could tell you, like, if you think like the actual, like, woke mob in the real world was something, dude, the NFT Twitter mob completely like tried to annihilate this guy. Like everybody went after this dude at that time, because he started this project, and he was like, and the guy was like the number one sweeper in the gods, huge contributor to the gods. I felt like every the god holder like completely like just bashed him for this project, and because of that, I felt like, and at that time I was actually like really enjoying what he was doing, and I even messaged him. I actually got a response back from him after like 4 months. But I'm glad I messaged him at that time, because I was actually like, hoping for his success when everybody was against his success. And he sees it now that, with that DM from like 4 months ago. But overall, this guy proved everybody wrong. And that's what I enjoyed. It was like, after everything, like he had thick skin. He basically he just kept going, and this thing kept rising, and he's still building. And I think he's building. And one of my reasons why I wanted to get in was because there was so much crap on him. I felt like this guy was like the Rocky in like the movie, to where like he had to he had to prove everybody wrong. And I felt like there was like this fire in him because of it. So I was like, oh, I gotta buy because of that. But I didn't buy. At that time, there was the Alameda happened, all that, and there was like a bunch of other projects. But overall, it could be my chance to get in in this PFP project. He has a huge community, big in Europe. He's European. He's got lots of European people who follow him. So it's not really a US thing. I say it's a European thing. It's a European group in Solana. So hopefully this thing does drop down, and if it does, I'm gonna get in. Now, other than Degens, we have Critical, which is at 10 right now. It went all the way up to 14. Also, this one, I'm going to wait till it hits around 8 Solana. And that depends on Solana price right now, because Solana, if it stays at 16, this could happen. If it goes a little bit, $17, $18, it could happen as well. Now, the other one that I'm looking at, it's actually still Toys R Us. I'm still looking at this. And that thing is, I only bought one at that time last week, because I was worried it was gonna go lower, and sure enough, it did go lower, and it's still going lower. So if it hits below, let's say like 2.90, 2.80, I'm gonna buy a second one, just because I think it's it's a better ratio for me as far as like how low can a Toys R Us NFT go. I think if it 2.8, I think it's quite fine. But again, these guys are quite horrible with their actual community management. I mean, these guys like don't know how to tweet or whatever. But this here, he says, this is not it. Actually, this is not the thread. I felt like they deleted that one thread that basically said they're sorry, but and they actually never, never revealed. But overall, I do think they're coming back. Anybody saws what's going on, so that they basically issued out a statement saying that they're gonna fix this whole thing. So I mean, I trust anybody's. Anybody's have been building since 2021. And if you don't know Toys R Us, they're connected to Anybody's. Anybody's was basically like their launch partner, I guess. They're the ones that helped them come into Web3. So Anybody's doesn't want to risk their brand over a horrible Toys R Us future. So they're working with Toys R Us to make sure it builds up. So that's why I have it Anybody's as well. And if Anybody's does drop to a 15 Solana, I'm thinking about buying a second one as well, because these guys they have another brand coming in whenever that is, but that brand's not gonna come out until Toys R Us is fixed. So that's like the issue right. That's like the tweak issue right now. If they can't get it fixed, boy man, that next mint's not gonna be great. So that's my risk right there. Buying this at 20, that's my huge risk. If they can't get Toys R Us fixed, then we're kind of screwed as far as their next brand move. So because a lot of people are gonna dash on them and on Twitter folks, man, they're wild. They're wild in Solana. Those guys, dude. But anyways, Liberty Square. This one's another one that again, like, dude, finally, like, I'm finally able to talk about these projects. So long. Well, it was only like 3 weeks ago, but Liberty Square. It's also finally coming down after a huge move up to 32 Solana. It's finally at 25 Solana, and I am hoping this thing goes down to around 15. And I know that's a long shot. I know like people probably saying, "Oh, get real," like that's never gonna go down to 15 Solana. But I don't care. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I want the price to come to me, and if it doesn't, oh well, tough luck. There's other projects I can look to, but that's my aim: 15 Solana or less, and we'll see if that happens. And like the longer the price of Solana stays up here to $16-20, the more potential this could keep dropping to 20 Solana. So that's one of them that I'm completely waiting on. I really can't wait if it does come down there. Man, I'm thirsty right now with just everything that's going on. I'm finally liking this. This reminds me of 2 months ago when I was really just buying in. All right, okay, Bears. Here's another one, man. This one's a little bit riskier though. This one, okay, Bears, they're a completely different type of play from a lot of these NFTs. They're very volatile group of individuals. They tweet. They don't tweet as much. Okay, Bears tends to tweet when it's a very important date, but they do have a huge community behind them. They're very protective on their brand, and that's what I like. That's why they don't tweet as much, because they're very brandish. They want to have that look of, like, let's say like what's that one project? Doodles. Like Doodles has this brand look to where like they don't tweet when they don't need to tweet. They tweet when something is happening, when there's an actual announcement. So with that said, the price of OK Bears tends to move when there's no tweeting, when there's no announcements, and it tends to move down a lot. So even though it's right here, I do think that there's potential for this to really dip if there's nothing coming out yet from them. But I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait till this thing hits 40 Solana, 45 Solana, and then I'm gonna start getting interested on it. It's right now at 61. It's gonna be a while, probably another month, but I do like that it's finally coming down. So that's another one I'm looking at. Lilies is another one I'm looking at. This one, it's finally having its little dip moment, and hopefully it does happen. Hopefully it does come back down to 10. If it does come back down to 10, I'm gonna get into Lilies as well. Lilies gonna be another project I'm gonna get in. And what Lilies is they're a project within the Lotus Gang. The Lotus Gang is basically made by this guy named Bunjul. Bonjo is this 2021 OG as well. He's also OG, who has been building on Solana as an artist. He's an artist. He's a great artist, beautiful artist, and he grew his name with the Lotus Gang. He basically became a founder through the Lotus Gang. Now he's basically a Superman with the Lily, which is his second project. And this is the project I love, man. I love the art around this project. This is my favorite art in Solana. It still is today. Just the way this guy made this PFP unique, charming look of a PFP. It's just amazing. I mean, you can do a lot with this. You can completely brand this to any generation out there. There's no gore, blood, knife sticking out of his teeth or nose or whatever. It's just very nice. I enjoy it, and I do want to have my second one because I always like to have two. One so I can trade, one to keep for a while when the actual bull run happens, whenever that's going to be. Well, actually, the bull run, it should come, and in my opinion, I'm guessing the end of 2024. It's going to be a while. The end of 2024, the Federal Reserve is still raising rates. We have the CPI data coming out in 2 weeks. We don't know if it's going to go above 7.1% or 2, or if it does, then Solana's going to go down for sure. And we have the FOMC meeting happening soon as well, around the end of January, which is going to tell us where the rates are going to be at. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while, my friends. But in the meantime, I'm still here with Solana NFTs. But yeah, so the Lily, we have that as well that I'm looking at. Hopefully it drops down below 10. Now, Anybody's is one that I was talking about. I bought it around here, 20 Solana. It started going up, and then eventually, I'm thinking it's because of the SOL price, why it started going down, but it doesn't look like it because it was in January 7 when it started dipping. So I don't know, but the reason why it did go up was because of that one announcement they made that they're basically gonna help Toys R Us. So this thing started pumping, but then it started dying. So if this thing does hit 15 Solana, I'm definitely gonna try to get my second Anybody's to trade on. All right, so Sorcies, this is one project we definitely talked about when it was around 1.58. I bought a couple. I bought like 3 of them. We moved up to 5. It's still here. It's still in 5. I'm just watching it, and I'm not gonna get in it yet. I'm gonna wait until it drops down, and at some point, it's probably gonna be a while too. But again, a lot of these are starting to come down, which I am enjoying. So again, I bought just one Lunar, and I'm still looking around. We'll see what happens in the next 2 days, 3 days. As far as these other NFTs, Saga Pass. Let's just talk about Saga Pass, man. Dude, this one project we were talking about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when it was barely 2 Solana. And me and my bro, we were just trading this around at that price, and it finally started pumping. It's finally started pumping all the way up to like 18 Solana. I sold one around 10 Solana. I put it in my Discord. Again, join our Discord below. Value Vibes. Just come hang with us. We just post around. We do stuff in there. But yeah, it just skyrocketed. It's now up here. The gang are basically throwing out hints that something's gonna come for the holders, so people are now wanting to get in. There's now volume in there. The good old days are over. There's 919 volume. I remember when it was like 10 volume, and it was just me trading it, and I didn't, and like even with the live, like no one was doing anything with it. But yeah, it says if you have Saga Pass, something is coming for you. If you buy it now, I mean, more than likely you'll probably be exit liquidity. But I still watch this because it could come back down at one day. People probably forget about it, and then I could probably go back in it. at some other point. Metaplex, same thing. This was one that I bought in when it was down here 1.7 and it was skyrocketed all the way up to 4.50. Why? That's a good question. I actually don't know why, because I didn't really see much. They just said their last one was a weekly progress on programmable NFTs. I mean, maybe some person found out what Metaplex is and what they did before. What they did before was they airdropped a lot of tokens to people. I mean, not airdrop. Sorry, they allowed you to basically get Solana from them. If I remember correctly, it was like you had to go on their website. You had to actually get, you had to go sign in and get the amount of mints you did on with Metaplex since 2021. That's the amount of Solana you got. So I remember I got like almost like 4 Solana because of it. So that's why I got into this project at that time. And it's dropping hard, which is actually kind of great, because if it does drop back here, I'm gonna get back in. I'm gonna get back because there's actually not enough volume. I feel like it was like one person who just like decided to buy a bunch at that time. So I think probably eventually this is gonna go back down to where people are gonna forget about this again, and then I'm probably gonna jump in again. So Rove, this project is basically, I would say like a app ticket store type of thing launching in January. You can see right here how they made it. It's pretty cool. It's an app to where you can like, get in, you can put in your NFT somehow. And it's they're working with Tommy Hilfiger, believe it or not. Tommy Hilfiger is working with this project with something. So it's gone up to 4.90 and it was down here. I am looking at this product. I added this last week. So I'm hoping this goes back down to almost like right here around 3 or to maybe 2. And if it does, I'm gonna probably buy into one, because I'm very interested in the whole Tommy Hilfiger collaboration around Rove. So that is and Suberkey. This one I think we did talk about this. Yeah, I'm waiting for this to come back down. The whole hype happened because of that whole giveaway button, one button, and just started going up. But I'm waiting on this one to go back down. Also, we have Claynosaurz. This one's my, one of my babies that I've been waiting for it to come down ever since it was in 24 and never has. But now finally maybe it could, and this is all dependent on Solana price. So maybe it could go down back to the 30s. But, to be honest, if it goes down to like 32, 34, I probably will get in, because at this price, I was playing it to where I was hoping it would come down, and then it's just started skyrocketing. And when that happened, I'm like, oh man, I'm never going to get my second Claynosaurz after that. But now with the Solana price, I could potentially be able to get into Claynosaurz if it hits this area. Experiments, another project that boomed after we talked about it for so long. It's still holding strong. Nothing has happened with them. They're still holding strong up here at 4.77. More than likely, I think this is going to hit 20 Solana, because Jersey has a supply of 5,000. It's only 3.30%. We're at this Solana price range, and it's still up here. Not much has happened. So with 3%, if he announces something, there's gonna be a inflection point, and people are gonna start buying, and it's not gonna be that many. And so I do think this could hit at that time probably like 10 Solana, but eventually I do think this could reach the Degen level. I'm talking about the Degen NFT project. So like this right here from Urcon. So I mean, I do think Experiments kind of has that same Urcon type of vibe as far as the project and what they are. It's community and the art. So it's almost similar. And in the influencer, but like an influencer who are like really working on their project. So to me, both those guys are kind of like the same. If I was comparing projects, those were the two projects that I would compare. Okay, like Degens went all the way up to 31 Solana, with a 4,000 supply, and they're the same type of way of influencing. They're the same type of person who just thinks about the community and the art. It's just I just feel like if Urkin can do it at that, I'm sure Jersey can do the same and reach around 20 Solana, even 30 probably. So I haven't really sold mine. Yeah, I did sell one. I have 3 right now. I sold one at 7. That was actually the one that was actually the highest. Yeah, it was around 7 right here. So that was actually quite interesting. I never thought that was actually going to sell, but someone enjoyed that NFT. Someone really liked that NFT for some reason. Yeah, 7.75. So that was actually probably the highest one. Yeah, I think that was the highest one in this whole thing. So someone really liked that NFT. And then it went back to 4.67. And then with that 7.75, I went and bought Lunar because I really believe this one's going to grow a lot bigger in value at some point. Could be a month, could be 2 months. But community, this one, man, this one came back down. I'm still, I bought 2 of them around this range, 20, 21 Solana. So I'm still, waiting on this one. This one could definitely hit 15. I'm not going to lie. Could definitely see 15 here with the price going up in Solana. So, but that's basically pretty much everything I've just want to talk about. I mean, there's a lot going on, a lot going on. Big dogs are going down. The gods are going down. Look at that price from 642 to 555. That's a pretty big drop on what just occurred. I think it's soul price. I think that's like one of the main reasons. But yeah, just a lot of things going on. Overall, make sure you like, subscribe, you hit that smash button, and it keeps me going. If you do, comment as well. Comment on anything you want me to talk about. I'll see you guys Wednesday. I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday around this time, 8:30 Eastern time frame, 9 o'clock. Tuesdays and Thursdays are our Value Vibes podcast where we talk about NFTs, media, and around the same time as well. Join our Discord to get that checked out as well. Much love, guys, and peace.